Hello, my beautiful Aries. It is August 2021. It feels like a nice time for new beginnings and cementing all kinds of things that are really good and happening. And it's hot outside where I am. Not super hot. I've certainly lived in hotter places, but it is lovely and not at all cold, which is something I like. And I'm feeling really positive. And so this is going to be your reading for the month of August 2021. And I just feel like keeping things really simple. I'm just going to pull 12 magical cards, and I'm using a double deck here, which I love to do. And let's see where we get. I also am Aries. What a lovely way to start, and what an unusual way to start these days. So let's see what we've got, what magic we have ahead of us. Ugh, disgusting. But some very strong and really positive cards for us. Because we, Aries, are movers and shakers, and this spread really proves it. Let's start, as I love to do for some sick and twisted reason, with the bad stuff. So this card, the Ten of Swords, is defeat. Sometimes it's betrayal. Sometimes it's feeling like we're betrayed, but it's really a level of defeat that is really, really terrible. And I know what this means in my life. I have some things I have to deal with that are not great. This is different for everybody. Like, some people feel this way because they've had a lot of death in the family, and so they're truly defeated. Now, my thing is not that terrible. I've got some bad life situations, so I know what this means for me. I mean, yes, things could get worse. They could always get worse. When you feel defeated and like nothing is going your way, often it can get much, much worse. So sometimes the best way to deal with it is to just kind of look at your situation and realize that you probably have a lot of things going on in your life that are fantastic, and to find a way to latch onto those things and not dwell on the horrible thing unless you can solve it. And we usually do have the power to solve it. If it's something that's finished and now you're just having the sorrow and all of the aftermath of it, that's something you can also deal with. But as is often the case for us Aries, life is quite a roller coaster. And as you can see by these cards, there are going to be some really good things in here too. Even if you've never seen tarot cards in your life, you can see that there are some very nice looking things going on here. But let's kind of clear up some of these swords and issues before we completely dive into all this fabulousness. And it is fabulousness, truly. So let's start with this card. Okay, I always say that this card never seems to really make any sense to me because it's a card that can mean many, many things. It can mean somebody is stealing from you or doing something deceitful. Some people say it's a card of somebody's having an affair. Some people say it's a card about gossip. I guess the general premise is somebody's doing something to you, something behind your back. Now, if it means gossip, I don't care. I don't care. People can sit around gossiping about me all day. That's not going to do a damn thing to me. So I don't care if that's what it is. If it's I'm getting ripped off somewhere, or somebody that I put any level of trust into is doing something behind my back that's negative, that's actually going to have an effect on me, then I would like to know what it is. But every time this card comes up for me, I never can seem to figure out what the thing is. And when somebody actually is deceiving me, I don't tend to get the card. So if you have this card meaning something, maybe it's the thing that devastated you, please let me know. My info is below, and I would love to know if this reading and this card work out that way for you, because honestly, it just never seems to be true for me. So when I get the card, it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. When I get the card, I never worry about it. So I'm sure that when the card does come my way as a very good and true warning, I'll completely ignore it and it'll happen anyway. So I don't know how this is going to work in your life or what the meaning will be for you, but for me, I just never seem to find the answer. That's the only card in the deck that I have that issue with. Everything else always makes sense. This card is a holding on to something. Some people say this could be the card of a hoarder because they can't let go of things. It can be that somebody's being stingy with money. It can be meaning that somebody is not letting go of something. For me, I always think of this card as me hanging on to my children because to me, they're my most important investment. You know, it's pentacles, it's coins. So people think that it's cash only, and it can be cash, but it can also be whatever you are hanging on to that you consider your most important asset. And then we've got this infamous card. This card, it can mean banter. It can mean a training exercise. I always get this card when somebody is in martial arts because there's that, you know, kind of a combat situation going on. So that's usually when somebody's sitting in front of me and this is the card I pull. I always ask them before I get into this meaning something else. I say, you know, are you taking kickboxing or whatever? And often they are. And then sometimes that is the meaning of the card. But now it gets a little dicier when they have the situation plus they take martial arts because then we have to discern which is which. But anyway, this card is often a card of arguing or conflict of any kind. I find that because it's a very active card, it often means conflict at work. So in your job, it can mean with clients, it can mean with coworkers, it can mean that you're having trouble accomplishing what you need to at work because there's opposition from somebody or you can't fully take the reins on what you want to. And so there's some kind of work conflict, but it could be any kind of conflict. It could be family conflict. It could be, you know, some person in your social circle that you're having some trouble with. Whatever it is, it tends not to be too terrible, or it certainly tends to be something that you can work on and work out somehow. So there's that. Let's put our sun over here because our sun is quite lovely and magical. Actually, I'm going to do a little rearranging here because some of these cards are so, let's put these three together because these three cards are so intensely powerful and so phenomenal that we're going to save the very, very best to last. We've already dealt with our misery card here. And it is quite a misery card. I'm not trying to undermine it, but we have so much good stuff flowing in, flowing in, flowing in. If this was going to undo you, if this was so tragic that you weren't going to be okay this month, this would be surrounded by more negativity. Now, I'm not saying this isn't a bit negative, but, you know, it can be managed. There's nothing here that can't be managed. So this is kind of fun. We've got... Okay, so here we go. Now we're diving into some fun stuff. I'm going to put these two guys together. And then, all right, so, oh, I want to figure out our little Page of Pentacles here. So we've got the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. 2 pages is better than 1 as far as I'm concerned. Pages are all about youth and learning to negotiate things. The Page of Swords is learning to seek the truth and to look for clarity in situations and to improve his mind. He's an intellectual creature, or she. Pages are very interchangeable for the sexes. Some of the other cards are too. I mean, they all are to a point, but these two just mean a child, a young person, a young adult, somebody young and youthful and growing and learning. Sometimes it can mean somebody much older who has those qualities, but not as often. So he's looking to learn and grow and find out more about what's real and what's true. The Page of Pentacles is very inventive. Like, this person can take everything apart and put it back together, always trying to find out how things work. Very mechanical, very creative. This person is wonderful at investing in things, and that is where this person is going in the direction of learning all kinds of things in life, but also how to invest, how to make money, how to be entrepreneurial. They have a very special kind of spirit. They don't necessarily have to be an entrepreneur, but whatever they do, there will be a focus on finances and a focus on growth and being able to invest in things over a course of time. They're very good at that. Even as children, they can typically be good at that sort of thing. So it's quite an interesting person who the Page of Pentacles is. Now, sometimes they can be bringing you a message. The Page of Swords is sometimes bringing in a message of truth or clarity. Sometimes it's just making something clear, something that you need to know. The Page of Pentacles is often bringing in a message about some sort of investment of yours. It could be a message that the house that you put in an offer on is going to be accepted. It could be that, you've got a return on some money, something you invested in some other way, a stock or something of that nature. Anything. So these can be quite positive messages typically. So then it just turns into this like wild dream of happiness when we get over here. So the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups can also be a messenger. If he's a person, he is a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, and he is loving. He is open. You can have all kinds of conversations with him that you cannot typically have with a strong and powerful knight. This person is very into the emotions and into talking about feelings, very loving. He knows how to do the language of romance. If you love romance and you want it, this is your guy. He's very romantic. He's typically very attractive. It doesn't have to be in a physical sense, but he will know how to talk in a way that he will feel and seem gorgeous to you. He's just attractive. They're passion personified is what these types of people are. So this could be a real person who's coming in, and if it is, this card is a very active card. The Eight of Wands. It's sometimes called the Arrows of Love because if it is a love relationship, it's coming in very fast and furious, and very actively. It's moving. It's changing your life. It's doing something fantastic. It's swift and strong and powerful and full of action. So this is exciting stuff. I mean, it doesn't have to be a love relationship. This could also mean anything. It could be you're getting a new job, you're going to embark on some project, you're passionate about something else, and you're going to start something, and this is the action that's required to make it all happen. So it's very exciting. And if this is not a person, it can mean, that the Knight of Cups is showing up with his cup to overflow all over you and bring love into your life. So this is really, really exciting. So when I see two cards like this together, you see they're both positioned on the horse in the same way, in the same direction. And we've got this Knight of Cups holding his beautiful chalice, and we've got this person who is, we call this card often the victory card, the Six of Wands. This is about victory and coming home and being recognized for what you've done out there in the world. Again, action, action, action. So you've achieved something. And I was avoiding that for so long. I am so sorry, but I have allergies, even in the summertime, so I'm not going to start over, so sorry about the coughing fit. That's not good. Anyway, this guy is in the same stance as this guy, so they're moving in a direction, and you see the arrows are also moving in that direction. We're going to say that direction is forward. You are really on a good path here. This is very powerful stuff when the cards come up like this. And the victory card is all about renown and success. So something is going to go very well. Maybe it's the love relationship. Maybe it's whatever you're starting up here. Maybe they're all one and the same. Maybe this is the love relationship. So very, very exciting. And then we have two of the most powerful cards in the deck, which as Aries, we can enact this, okay? The Magician. The Magician is a card that really tells you you can do anything. You are like a magician. You can wave your wand and create the world. I mean, there's really nothing you can't have. Setbacks can be put behind you. Jealousies and people who are trying to take away your things, that they're not gonna win. You are the victor. You're the one who's gonna win. And things are going to work out because you are going to make them work out. Because Aries, we are just like, there is so much positive energy flowing through us, and you're going to pull everything down from the power of the universe and put it in your hand and create what you want to create. This is major, and I want you to do whatever you have your mind set on, which I'm guessing is a lot. It's not just one dream or goal in life. You probably have many dreams and goals, and you absolutely can achieve them. Don't let your age, don't let what people have thought of you in the past, don't let anything stand in your way, okay? I'm dead serious. The Chariot is also a power card. These cards, when these two come together, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful set of cards to have together, because the Chariot, the Magician, you can make anything happen. You absolutely can. The Chariot, you're driving your own life. This is you. You're in the driver's seat. You're the Magician. You're in the driver's seat. You have the reins, the figurative reins, because if you look at this, in this picture of the Chariot, there actually are no reins because you don't need them. It's all in your head. It's all you is working your magic upon the world. So you don't actually need physical reins. All you need is to put your power and your intention into whatever you want to happen, and you will have it. The Sun is one of the happiest cards in the deck. In the last year, we haven't seen a lot of the Sun. People have not been that happy. But, you know, no matter how hard they try to squelch the Sun's force and power is not to be covered up or overshadowed or ruined for us. We are supposed to be happy on this earth. We are supposed to have all the things that we want to have and do all the things that we want to do. And you're here. You're here, you're here, you're here. And you can have all of this and do whatever you want. I don't know what you've got brewing here, but I don't have to tell you this because you already have some of this built into your DNA and you already know that you can achieve great things. So I really want you in the next couple of weeks to put every bit of power and during the whole month. I mean, forever, let's say, okay? I don't want to localize your power to a time frame, but just because you're hearing this right now, I'm just going to say, really think about these cards and think about them as you're going through your day. And when you enact things, just really do it with power and know that you're on the right track. Just know that and have faith in yourself and have faith in your ideas and your beliefs and all the things that you want to do in the life that you're going to create, because you absolutely 100% can. And I would certainly like to hear about some of your successes, because if you do these things, this is already laid out for you. This is part of the person you are, okay? But I assure you that if you really think about things and make a plan and work with intention, you don't always have to make a plan. We Aries are spontaneous people, but you know what I mean. Think about the things you're doing. Really think about the fact that you're the magician, that you are the one who has the power to create all kinds of wonderful, amazing, beautiful, incredible things, and to have a life like no other. So I want to hear about it. I really do. Go forward. Have a great month. Enjoy August, and I really hope to talk to you soon.